2016, I learned of a dog that lived probably less than 5 miles away from me and that needed rescuing. I learned that his owner kept him on a chain outside at all times with no house or shelter to hide him from the harsh weather changes. I learned that because he was constantly on that chain, an older and bigger dog came along and fought him, and that he could not fight back to protect himself. Now I realize this sounds like the beginning of an ASPCA commercial, but stuff like this and so much worse happens every single day. According to humanesociety.org, each year 2.7 million dogs and cats are euthanized in the U.S. These dogs and cats are easily adoptable and are being euthanized because too many pets are coming into the shelters and not enough people are looking to adopt. We could easily reduce this number if more people adopted pets instead of buying them. Thankfully, I was able to rescue this little guy, and ever since he has been my absolute best friend. Also, ever since then, I've been trying to spread the many benefits of adopting and rescuing pets rather than buying them. Today, I'm here to talk with you about a serious problem that can be easily fixed. We can drastically reduce the number of these animals being euthanized and help find their forever homes. There are multiple reasons why adopting is better than buying from a breeder or from puppy mills. I want to talk with you about why adopting a pet saves a life and helps more than just one animal, and how adopting costs way less than purchasing from a breeder or a pet store, why adopting helps to fight puppy mills, and how adopting and spreading awareness about the importance of adopting helps fight pet overpopulation. When you adopt a pet, you are literally rescuing them and saving their life. That alone is a great feeling. More people need to adopt pets instead of buying them, and when you adopt, you save a loving animal by making them a part of your family, and also open up shelter space for another animal who needs it. So that actually means you are saving 2 lives. All animals in shelters are in need of a second chance. They have been lost, given up, or abandoned, and they are left feeling unwanted and helpless. By adopting, you are giving them a new life in a loving home. Trust me, they are forever grateful. Even if you aren't looking to adopt, you can still contribute to saving the lives of these animals that desperately need our help. Across the country, so many shelters are crowded, facing challenges, and stretched for resources. So every free cage, support, or extra moment of care makes a huge difference. Some breeds of dogs can cost up to $1,000 or more. Adopting is a much cheaper option that will help you save some money. Most of the time when you adopt a pet, the cost of spay or neuter, first vaccinations, and sometimes microchipping is included in the adoption fee. Depending on the animal and situation, you may also save on housebreaking and training expenses. Many of these animals have already been house trained and socialized, and the shelter and staff work hard to prepare these pets for the transition to a new home. Adopting helps fight puppy mills. According to humanesociety.org, puppy mills are factory-style breeding facilities that put profit above the welfare of dogs. Animals from puppy mills are housed in poor conditions with improper medical care and are often very sick and behaviorally troubled as a result. The moms of these pups are kept in cages and bred over and over for years without human companionship and little hope of ever joining a family. Sadly, after they are no longer profitable, breeding dogs are simply discarded. Puppy mill operators often fail to remove sick dogs from their breed pools. Because of this, puppies from puppy mills can end up with congenital and hereditary conditions, including epilepsy, heart and kidney disease, and musculoskeletal problems like hip dysplasia. For example, our family dog Quill, which is a German Shepherd, came from an owner that overbred his dogs, and for that reason she has a lot of health issues. Adopting from a shelter means that you do not support these cruel practices. There you can find dozens of healthy, well-socialized puppies, kittens, and adult pets waiting for their forever homes. You can even find purebreds at shelters as well. By adopting or rescuing, you help break the cycle of pet overpopulation. According to the Helping Hands Humane Society, there are not enough homes for all the animals that are being born every year. Adopting from a shelter helps weaken the pet overpopulation cycle, and each year 6 to 8 million dogs wait to be adopted from animal shelters, according to PETA. So not only does adopting give your pet a second chance to a happy home, but it also helps to fight the overpopulation of pets because you won't be purchasing from a breeder. In summary, there are several benefits to adopting from a shelter rather than buying from a breeder, pet store, or puppy mills. Adopting helps save a life, even more than just one, and in the end costs way less. It helps to fight against puppy mills and helps to diminish the overpopulation of pets. In addition to all of the other benefits I've stated today, adopting a pet changes their whole world. You're giving them a second chance at a good life. When you adopt, you are sending a message to others as well, showing them how great it is to adopt and proudly sharing your story with others. This movement may start with just one, but then it spreads to a family, then to a community, then hopefully and eventually to everyone. Come here. Quill, come here. Marshall, the dog that I was talking about in the beginning of my speech that we rescued from the chain. And then coming up here is Quill, the dog we got from the breeder who overpopulated. And for that reason, she's really old and has a lot of health issues now. And then this is another dog that we rescued from a shelter. His owner was in the military and couldn't keep him anymore, so we rescued him. And yeah.